Here we go. We are live. Thanks for joining me. So today we are doing our downtown. We've created a city of super blocks, which means basically we're following a format. It's this 9x9 pattern here of blocks with a park in the middle. This is kind of what Barcelona, Spain does. It's some other places in the world does this. And it basically pushes the traffic out of neighborhoods and onto side roads, right? Or onto avenues or collectors. So we're trying to do a little bit of that in this city. But it's time to build a downtown because we don't really have a lot of height. We don't have a lot of tall buildings, but I want that. So we took a couple episodes back to lay out this road network, this rail network, and now we're going to flesh it out. We're going to kind of build out the whole, I guess it's technically an island with the canal here, but we're going to make sure that it looks amazing. So we're going to start with doing a little bit of smoothing out of the coastline. We're going to do a bit of a lot of grading. There's going to be a lot of up and down hills here. There's going to be a lot of tracks crossing each other. And why don't we just get into it? So let's start with a little bit of smoothing out of terrain. Need to up the brush strength here so we're actually not going too slow. I think that should match this level over here. Now, as usual, I have pre-built this in a sandbox before I did this. So I'm going to try to get it as close as I can to my previous model, but it's never going to be identical. So that's the good thing about this game, is that it's never the same every time you play. So let's see if we can get a general layout for this area here. And I think the first thing I'm going to do is upgrade some of these roads. We don't have enough space in this area. That's a 2-lane road. We need it to be 4. So let's get into these roads. And I want, the 4-lane perpendicular is perfect. We're just going to upgrade all the way along here. And we can't bump it into the station, so we're going to bump it out, which I'm totally fine with. And we're going to do a similar 4-lane road on this side and kind of match it. I'll line it up. Great, loving that. This road we're going to upgrade probably in a little bit, but we'll leave it for now. And I also want to upgrade this road at the top here. So let's just push this out a little bit. We're building a downtown here. We do not want to skimp on the lanes. This is going to be a very important part of town. For some reason, I don't know why it's giving us a grounded section there. We need bridges, obviously. And we'll do something similar on this lane as well. We'll need to upgrade this one. We might need to fix our bridges while we're at that. And this one I'm not particular about it being on one side or the other. I think we'll probably push it out to the left there. And you can see it kind of, the bridge is kind of worked out. We might need just a tiny adjustment, but we're not going to worry about that right now. But we are going to worry about retaining walls. We're going to put those on the side here so that we get a nice bit of a cut all along, then on both sides. And that should make nice sharp edges for us. We'll do the same up here. We'll do the same on this side. I'm going to have to adjust that eventually. That's pretty much what I want. Yeah, that's looking good. Okay, and we'll have to adjust some of the heights on the train tracks as well. But we're going to make some significant changes to these this area as well. So let's think about what's next here. I think we're going to start by giving ourselves another interchange here, kind of way to get on and off the highway. And I think we're going to have to be a little bit more reasonable with the grade on this. We don't need quite such a long approach up top there. So let's see what makes sense. And this is not exactly 90 degrees, so what we're going to do is make sure all our snaps are off. And we're going to attach here. And I do want the grid lines, not the grid lines, the guidelines. And to make that maybe about 10 squares long. Yeah, I think we can tuck in there. Now that should be our first node. So we're going to get a highway lane in here, and that's going to connect to our new interchange, our new on-off ramps. I need to turn some of this off. Let's come out maybe yay long. Don't need our snaps anymore. Great, and now I want another small road coming off here. It's going to be right next to the other one. This is going to be a local road, not a highway connection. And then this one we'll need to just switch around. We need the two lanes coming onto the main road here. And something funny is happening here. I'm not sure if we maybe didn't upgrade. No, it's upgraded. Oh, we're getting... That's interesting. We must not have used the right road because we're getting zoning on that. And we shouldn't be getting zoning on a highway. There we go. Fix that now. I don't know how I did that. Okay, that looks a little better. Now, I want to do a kind of interesting looping maneuver on the highway there. So I'm going to just measure out some loops. Figure out why my screen isn't changing on my other computer. Huh. There we go. Okay. So let's smooth out the bottom a touch more. And let's get rid of some of these trees while we're at it. We're going to have a fresh slate here. No trees anywhere. Okay. So I want to create first a little bit of a guideline. And you'll notice that we transition from 6 to 8 lanes here. So this is approximately at the end of the cables on this bridge. That's where we're going to connect into. And we're going to come out about 90 meters, I think I want to say. It's going to be a nice big loop. 88 should do it. Okay. And I think because I want this to be in slow natural grade, we're going to do it pointing down a little bit. Let's go down 10 meters. See how that works. We can come out the same distance on the other side. Let's see how the slope is on this one. Yeah, we'll keep going down. And we'll do 88 again. All right, now, if we bring a one-lane highway and we use a continuous, we branch it off from here. And let's see, that's a 7% slope. I think I like that. And then we should be able to go underneath and come, we don't want to be quite so low. We're aiming for another 7% slope, but underneath the highway there. So that's approximately what I'm thinking. It's probably a bit of a steep slope already, but we'll work with that. And then we're going to do the same on this side. And then we can use Move It to adjust the exact heights. It's so hard to get under. I don't want to attach to the existing geometry, so we're going to turn that off. And ideally, yeah, those should be pretty perfect circles, and then these should be meeting up almost in the middle there. They're not quite exact, but I'm okay with that because they're going to be coming off at an angle anyway. So we can remove this, and we can now change the direction of the lanes we just built. We can find the right menu. So we want cars coming off that way, and then we want them on this way, and we don't want this adjusting. Why is it doing that? What snaps do I not have on? What have I got wrong here? Oh, I need to existing geometry again. And we don't want this to, for some reason it's trying to make it a ground segment, so we want this to be elevated, and so we're going to keep it elevated. And this should go the other way. Yeah. There we go. Oh, it's going the right way already. So this is the one we need to change. There we go. All right, so that should do it. And we also want to make sure there's no weirdness happening here. So we're removing the lights, and we definitely don't want any kind of left turns. No, thank you. We don't want a left turn here either. And the crosswalks need to go as well. Kind of wish that it defaulted to no crosswalks when you're building highway segments, because why would you have a crosswalk on a highway segment? But anyway, that's looking pretty good. And we've got a separate turn lane to go right, and we've got another lane to come on. So that's exactly what I'm looking for. Now we got to figure out a way to connect these. And I think the simplest way is just probably use separate lanes, I'm thinking. Yeah, we're going to do that. So let's go back to our highway roads and use this one. And we'll try to actually curve it in a semi-reasonable fashion. I think we might need to bring these ends a touch closer to each other. And so let's try to just do it freehand. And it's really hard to get underneath sometimes, but we're going to do it. We're going to try and match up with that existing segment there. And I think what we're going to need to do is probably just eyeball that a little bit. I wonder, no, we'll just eyeball it. And I want this to go up as soon as possible because we're going to try to get things underneath it. And then let's try to match this on this side. In fact, I wonder if it might be, oh yeah, that's fine. That should be exactly what I want. It might not be connecting there. Yeah, it's going to give me a little bit of trouble if I do that. So let's see if I can come off the other way, keeping our 180, and just try to match the height here. Yeah, it's going to squish our lanes together, so I might need to come off of just a touch farther away. Doesn't like that, does it? Oh, there we go. I think we got it. That's pretty good. We're going to use Move It to fine-tune that a little bit. And I wonder if these actually need to come... Yeah, they're the wrong level, so we're going to move this node. Why are we selecting that node? What are you doing to me? Okay, there's a weird circle there. I don't think it's actually related to Move It at all. Is there a node in the middle here? Yes. So we're going to start with this one and this one. We're going to bring that up 5. And then I think these need to go up even more. Let's eyeball it. We want this to be super smooth, just enough to get under where we are now. Coming along, and then these ones also up. Just want a really gradual, maybe not so shallow on this side. I mean, we're aiming for maybe like a 3% grade. Just low enough to get under this segment. And then this can come way up along with this one. We'll see how that looks. That's getting pretty good. I think they're fairly even. This one, no, it's off. Lift that up a bit. But that's getting pretty good, I would say. This needs to curve a bit more, so I might just take Move It and pull it over. This one also can come, oh, that's gonna screw it right up if I do that. So what I may need to do is delete this segment and delete this segment. And we're gonna do the curved road tool, simple curve, and try to get it directly in there to the other end of the road. We'll need to select this. We'll need to be up a little higher to get that. And let's see if I can find that node, that line. I want to remove existing geometry so I don't connect to this accidentally. And if I go under, it should be close to telling me what it's doing. No? That's pretty close. Yeah, there we are. And we're at 180, so that should fire in there really beautifully. We kind of screwed, yeah, oh, I don't like that at all. That really screwed up our curve. So I'm gonna rethink that entirely and go back to doing a nice natural curve. And is it gonna let me do that? Or am I gonna have to rue the day that I deleted all that? Let's see, we need this back. And we'll come out and we'll come down. We then need to remove existing geometry. Half of 88 would be 44, so I think that's probably about where we want to be. Yeah, I'm not sure how it's getting to 48, but that's probably, does that look like the right curve? I think it looks right. The same on this one. It's trying to merge to something under there, isn't it? Yeah. So let's turn all the snaps off, shall we? No, we don't want to do that, do we? We just want existing geometry off. We have that off. So why is it attaching? Cell length we can take off as well. And get a little closer on that side. Should be about. about good there. And then let's see if we can just do a direct straight segment. Attach to the existing. And then pull it in there. It's not exactly what I'm looking for. Let's try this. First of all, how do we like the circles? Yeah, that's pretty perfect. Of course, we have another tornado somewhere. Always when I'm working, making noise. But this road, do we like the way it's curving so far? Yeah, it seems to be fine. Okay, and then if we just take a little bit of a segment here, we can probably delete that. And now this should be a little smoother. Yeah, it's not perfect, but it's pretty good. And this, we're gonna have to do the same thing here, but I think we're gonna just adjust this segment a touch. If we come up 180, we're gonna turn all our snaps off and try to match it to the same height. I think we might be off a touch. Yeah, we're way too high. That's better. And let's try to keep ourselves as close as we can to this other road without touching it. And let's do our trick again with the curve tool. I think we might have to curve a little touch sooner to get this one to work. And let's break it off, say there. Oops, didn't work. We should be able to delete both those segments now. Very careful not to delete my bridge or anything else like that. And let's see if we can now use the simple curve. Snap up there. And get us a perfect, I think that's pretty much, oh, we're at 170. We need to fix that. There's 180. Cooperate, please. There, we had 180 there. The snaps are throwing us off here, so we're going to turn it off because I'm going to eyeball it anyway. Now we're at about 180. And if we come in here, that looks pretty darn close. So we're going to just make sure everything is now pointing the right direction. Very good. And this one should come down. All right, and now we have a on-off ramp, and the lane math is correct, and the directions are correct. How do we like the heights? That's pretty good. It's a fairly consistent grade. It kind of needs to come up on this side just a touch. We'll just play with nodes a little bit. This side, same thing. It needs to come way up. Much better. And then these probably need to be adjusted a touch. This one can come, ooh yeah, no, this one has to go way up. It won't be quite level, but I'm actually okay with that. For some reason this one seems to be dropping faster, and I think it might be because I don't have this one dropping the same. So I'm going to try to match this node to object height to this one. We're going to try to make them equal. And then we'll do this one to the one on the corresponding side. And then here to here. Now, in theory, that should be exactly identical. Yep. It looks pretty good. The grade seems reasonable. I know we're doing some crazy stuff underneath here. Now these are way off, so what has to happen here? I think this one needs to come down. So we'll use move it again, select that, and we'll match it to the one corresponding. And then we'll touch this one a little bit to here. Oh yeah. That's looking great. Oh, I love the way that's looking. And I think we're gonna need a little bit more turning lane on this side. So we're gonna get back our 3-lane asymmetric upgrade. Now it's gonna really cause some problems on this side. What do we do there? Oh yeah, no, we don't need the asymmetric. We need, or do we? Yes, we do. We do. Okay, so what I'm gonna do? Yeah, we can back this up a bit. I think we're gonna back it up maybe a little bit more significantly to there, for example, and we'll make this the asymmetric. Yeah, but we want it facing the other way, so we'll start from the top and go down. There we go. Okay, that looks pretty great. We might need to move this just a touch. That's fine. Okay, now we got a bunch of lanes for either direction. Of course, this one's not connected now, so we're just gonna have to rebuild this for a sec. And why am I in there? Why am I in there? Roads, roads. And let's get the curve. How are our heights? Perfect. And since we're going this direction, it's going to be a touch off. It's a little wonky, but now I made that a node. If I, no, it doesn't like that. Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that. We're going to fix that. That looks better for some reason. Oh yeah, perfect. Ooh, I like that a lot. And it even looks totally reasonable up here. I wonder if we can sneak these closer together. Nah, do we need to? Ooh, I actually like that a little bit better, even though the rails seem to be a little close, but that's fine. Okay, now we have exactly what I want. We've got this turning section, but I'm wondering if I can make this a roundabout. Is it possible? And how's the, yeah, there's something weird going on here. So we need to just rebuild this segment a touch, and we need to make it a continuous slope. So we're going to select not the elevated, we're going to select continuous slope only. And we're going to put already the retaining walls on the outside. Come down here, and hopefully this will be exactly what I want. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Yes. Now, if I want a roundabout, can I do that? Let's see if I can get a medium roundabout. Yeah, it's gonna work. It's gonna work. Is medium big enough? Or do we want to go large? I think large is a little bit overkill. Well, debatable. Put a tree in there. I think let's do large. I'm gonna err on the side of overbuilding this, because I don't want to have to demolish tall towers, skyscrapers, after the fact. So we're just gonna make sure we have enough lanes. All right, what can be done next? I think let's start from here and go along the coast. So how many segments is this? And we don't want this or this anymore. So what is that? 12 squares? 2, 4, 6. I can't even see. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think it's about 10. So maybe we should go 10 by 10 then. Ah, no. I have maybe something else I want to do, which is to make sure I continue with this park motif here. And so we'll get into our long passage park. Squeeze her in. Mm-hmm. Very nice. And then I think we're going to want to try to continue along here. I think that should be the right dimensions. And that is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 squares. So we'll do the same on this side. I need to build out my land here a bit. Good. We'll continue that up a touch. And I wonder if I maybe want to bump the land out just a bit. No, it's probably okay. Let me just clean it up a little bit. There. And we want that parallel with this road system up here, so I'm just gonna find any old square there. Okay. And let's see about, I think if we come off there and try to merge this, it's about right. I'd say about there is fine. And then we can run this road all the way along the coast here. And I want this pillar in the water, so we don't want to quite go under that. So we'll do like this. Yeah, that's fine. I also don't want to come out too far. I certainly don't want to get too close to the shipping lanes here. So we're going to err on the side of caution. However, I might... What will I might do? I'll just try to go under here. I don't want to connect to anything. Just getting there. Don't want to come too close to the shipping lane at all. So I might just make this in phases. There we go. Oh, and I do think I'm gonna lay another road segment, and that's going to come off here because this is really the only place we can get a collector to come off. Otherwise it's underground or it's above ground, so let's figure that one out. And I think there's one more thing I want to do. Yeah, we're going to make this train track the new edge and probably run, lower all this territory here. Yeah, we're gonna lower that down. Absolutely, we're gonna do that. So let's come in with our tools, go a bit bigger. So this whole area will be a lower segment than anything else. Not trying to be perfect here, just trying to get it down a touch. Now this road segment now becomes elevated, I suppose. So just for now, we're gonna take the retaining walls off at this segment. Game really doesn't like that because I've done some funny stuff. But if we can get another kind of arterial in here, that would be really fun. Yeah, I think I like that idea. And I think we're gonna match it up with this line over here. So let's do a bit more grading. Yeah, okay. And then if we take our 4-lane road and get it snug to this wall here, I think that's where the node ends. Ooh, yeah, that's gonna look really great. Is this the same level? Is it flat? I think so. Okay, and then we can use the curve tool to kind of follow this around. If we're lucky, we'll be able to do that. Of course, I can't really see much. I don't want to dig into the wall, and I also don't want to be too far from it, but I think that's just about as good as you get. Yeah, and then we'll finish up with a straight segment into there, right at the corner. It's not exactly straight, but I like it. I like that. And then we have this cool little key wall. What is going on here? Something broke. It looks like it created a retaining wall. Yeah, it did. That just happened automatically. That's fine. Okay, beautiful. I'm loving how that's turning out. And then, yeah, I think we're going to kind of want to keep going with that motif, yeah? And then this road here is going to keep going. Where are you, 4-lane? And then we'll get it 90 degrees all the way up. Yes, liking that a lot. Go back to our regular roads. 2-lane. Come try to match up, and then we turn that off to merge in the middle. Doesn't quite want to let me go right as far as I want, which is a little bit annoying. But I think we can live with that, can we? We might end up adjusting those later. In fact, I think what I'm going to do, yeah, we're going to build the upper part first over here. And we'll see how this looks. Okay, so taking a couple roads here. There's one thing I want to get in here to actually measure, and that is a ginormous park. I think it's probably in here. The Community City Park. Is that the one I like? Is that the one? Yeah, I think that's it. I think they like that. Okay, but we want to make sure this is aligned exactly in front of the train station. Is that it? I think we got it. Yeah, that's directly in front, centered with the train station. Good. And then let's run some roads off of that. Why did it give me a weird zoning? That's uncomfortable. Oh, because the zoning down here is broken. All right, well, you know what? We're not building a gridded city here downtown, so we're not going to worry too much about what the grid looks like. But there is one more building I need to get in, and I got to make sure that it fits before I do anything else. So let me see if I can find that one. You know what? Maybe we'll worry about it later. No, let's just search for it. We're gonna go filter by skyscrapers. Won't let me do that. Why? Skyscrapers. And there's a beautiful building with double towers once you upgrade it. I think it might be, is it Westmount? No, that's a communications. No, not that one. Not that one. Nope. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's this one. And I want to make sure this fits in here. And it doesn't, so I might have to adjust my highway on off ramp. But I think we can do that another time. Yeah, this is a big boy. This is a huge building. It would go in this way, but I don't know if I want it that way. Okay, we'll worry about that later. we've done kind of what I wanted to do. And then I want 18 squares high. Okay, so there's 6, 10. So we should come off like this. There we go. We're getting it. And on this side, I want about 10 squares. So it's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Actually, we want that to be a road. Car road. Breaking grids all over town. Love it, love it. And then I think we will just continue this road up. Yes. And then we're going to just do some kind of, yeah, but first, the other side. And here we're going to be about 16. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I might have to fix the height on this one. I will. So we're going to temporarily delete this. And can I just fix the height as is? No, it's all wonky town. So that's fine. That should do it. I think something might be off in my calculations here. That don't seem right. Is this square? Yep. Is it? Yep, it is. Yeah, somehow my calculations are off. What did I do wrong here? Let's test the distance of this one. This is 168 meters. And 168 would be the same here. So if I do that, are we approximately where I want to be? Yeah, pretty close, pretty close. And that should be equidistant. So this is 168. This is 168. We're loving it. Okay. That we can live with. Although this might be a steep grade here. There we go. And then down, we're going to turn these on. That is a 11 degree. That's fine. We can live with that. Turn that off so I don't make any more mistakes. And then let's quickly connect this up. And then we do a very fantastic simple curve. When your guidelines on, when you're 90 degrees on, we need our this off so we don't connect to the highway up there. 90 degree and down in. Perfect. That's exactly what I wanted. Do the same on this side. So that should look identical. And then we're going to take this and make these all key walls because this is going to be a whole separate level up top here. And this I won't key wall because we're going to key wall this side. Right up to there. Okay. Perfection. Love it. And now we can change the heights. Quick sip of coffee. And then come in here. This side we need to remove the key wall, or the retaining wall. We'll go all the way along and take this down to the same level as the other side. We'll be careful here. Yeah, something, oh, I see, that's going up. Yeah, perfect. Exactly what I wanted. We'll come in here and also make this flatter. We're going to remove those retaining walls. There should be no height under here. This is all going away. Goodbye. How do we do? Let's just check how many weird little nubs sticking out. Just freshen this up here. Oh, so good. Oh, so good. And then let's come and remove, let's make that a key wall on this side. Looking much better. And then let's make this a key wall as well. Just looks a little fresher. Do that as well. Good. Now it kind of looks like guardrails. Yeah, look at that. Okay. I am getting happy. Let me just freshen this side. Touch, just a touch. And now we'll make this a key wall as well. Very good. And now we got to remove the retaining wall from this side. So let's get in here, right clicking, get our zoning back. Don't need any of that retaining wall business. I don't know if that's gonna let me. Okay, great. So now, how many squares did I want over the top of that one? Ten is the answer. And this is going to be just a walking road. So let's turn snaps off. This we need on. And we said 10, but how do I measure 10? There, that should be 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Whoa. No thanks. And this should match up. How do we like that? That should be 10, I think. Okay, and then I'm gonna adjust course just a touch on this road. We'll bring that back. And then if I go with the standard road here, it should, I'm gonna need to do a bit of land reclamation. We get 10 in here. I think it's about 10. Yep, looks good to me. Awesome, and then we can take this medium road again, stretch it all the way. It's cool. We're just gonna go a little farther so that, oh, I was gonna say so we maintain the zoning, but again, I don't really care with the zoning at this point. And then we'll come off this corner, we'll match that there. This is becoming the outline of our downtown, folks. Looking pretty good. And then I think we're gonna, yeah. Keep this going straight. And change direction around underneath this round thingy, and then match up right in the dead center there. That should do it. Now we have the outline for our downtown. Great. And now we can key wall all of that. As long as we're not messing with the shipping lanes, it should be fine, right? Yes, it looks good. Okay, so we're going to turn all of that into key walls and clean it up. And the other kind of fun thing I wanted to do was, I find you can use these cul-de-sacs. We'll go with the large ones. And we'll go with the tree cul-de-sacs. And we can kind of use these to show where the bend in the road is, you know? And let's see how that treats us. See how we like that. I think I'm gonna like it. Yeah, pretty great. We want one over here? Maybe not. Okay. Now I should be able to come and adjust the heights here. And we'll come at the same level. What level do we want? It's pretty deep here. We don't need to be extremely deep. But I think if we pick something like, yeah, let's just go. What do we got here? 100. We go down. We don't need to go down 40, 30 meters, do we? That's fine. Okay, this same as that. Let the water flow in. We'll kind of leave it at that height. This will go deeper. That's way too deep. I mean, that's super deep. That's fine. Doesn't matter. This is going to look amazing. I'm very careful not to get too far into the land so I don't make any pock marks. But I also don't want to see any kind of land adjacent to the key wall. We'll leave those little island things there. It's a nice little feature for the ships to run into. Maybe we'll take it out. We don't need any running aground, do we? Obviously, after the last episode, our shipping industry is pretty important for this town. And there's only currently one ship lane in or out to our port, to our city. So we need to make sure that it's clear as much as possible. I think having the ships run along here, run along our downtown, it's going to be a really nice addition. It's going to be something that bored stock traders can watch from their window. All right, I think now we've pretty much got it. We're gonna go and just check for any little missed opportunities. Here's an issue. There we are. And we'll come smooth it out after. But right now I'm just looking for any sort of land that's not supposed to be there. Like this. Very good. A little touch in the corner there too. And we went too far. We went too deep. Tough to get into those rounded areas. But if we're gentle, we make it work. Yeah, okay, that's getting there. Getting there. I love it. Okay. Beautiful. We now have the general layout for our downtown. And of course, we're going to need to continue this road here. First, I'm going to put a key wall on this bad boy. And then I think we're going to have to bridge this segment. We lost our... They're back. Never mind. I'll bridge that as well. Because I'm going to run some roads underneath there. And this edge, I think we're going to take it down to a bridge segment. You know, while we're doing this, I'm going to rethink the subway line entirely. This, we're going to bring it right back. That's not what we want. And I know what, while I'm at this, I'm going to remove the decal here. We'll fix that later if we need to. So, what I'm doing, I don't want to delete the whole thing there. I don't want the subway line to track the rail. I don't want it to go out that way. I'm thinking there will be a much bigger downtown here eventually, so I want the subway to kind of come from the main station on this downtown, cut across, and then hit the downtown. So we're going to pull a subway line, a dual track. Not that, this one. And we want it to be 10 meters off the ground, because that will cross basically everything. And we want it to come sort of here, here, here. But for now, I think we'll just go this away. And I'm kind of gonna want this to cross, yeah, about there. So this, yeah, before I do that, I need to make this a retaining wall on both sides there. That's great. Okay, that's looking good. And I might need to just move it this to get it closer to the edge. So it's straight. Yeah, we love it. We love it. We love it. Okay, now we can get back to that subway. And we're going to start again from 10 meters, right at the corner here. And then try to come, yeah, sort of this way on the island. And, oh, we want the continuous slope. I think it should do that by default, but I notice it doesn't always. So there we have our new subway line running out into the yonder, the wild blue yonder. And then, as far as this, let's see, what does the grade on this connection look like? If I'm lucky, I can just do a simple curve and connect it straight up. Let's see if how that looks. Yeah, constant grade, and we want elevated bridge. 3.2 is very nice. Do I want to get it a touch closer? Yeah, I think I'm gonna get this segment straight because there's something I want to put below that, I'm pretty sure. And we'll need to get our elevation step really low so I can get 3.2 degrees. Also want 180. We're way too high here. 3.2 is what we're aiming for, so we'll do 2.8 for now. And what's it give me? It's giving me a bridge section. That's fine. That's what we want. It's not much, is it? It's not very much at all. All good. All good. Yeah, I want to put something in here, so let's not unnecessarily block it. Now, if we do simple curve, we should get about 3.5. 90 into here. We're getting, where is it? Grade. 0 grade? What's wrong? Oh, we didn't quite match to here. Didn't quite connect. Okay, now we're 3.2. That's freaking perfect. That's exactly what I want. Now we have this crossing, the road going under. I love the multi-layered stuff. And it's nice and smooth. Yeah, looking great. Okay. Now we have our subway line going in the direction that I want it to. Okay, beautiful, beautiful. What's next? We've done our key walls. Yeah, I think I do want another road. We're gonna cross over to these islands here. And I suppose the first thing you need to do is break this and make a little bit of another bridge. So we'll get our 4-lane road. Snap it over. And as far as where that's crossing, doesn't really matter. We could do a right angle, sure. How's our height? We're at 0 meters, good. And I think that'd make a nice bridge. So we'll make this bridge section. We don't need sloped because we're just gonna make that level. It's pretty much level already, isn't it? We'll move it. Try to match this to here. Oh, the middle one got weird. Something went up. Oh, I see. I want to undo that. And I think I want to just leave it. Totally fine. Totally fine. We're just setting a reminder to ourselves that we want that crossing there. Okay, amazing. And then our next bridge, I think we're going to cross this away. So we're going to take this continuous segment. We're going to come here. And we're going to see, we don't want the bridge section all the way along. I think if we come a little bit like this, that should be kind of where we want this bridge to go. We want a lot of connectivity in this area. Did I make a bridge section? Yes, it did. Is it curved? Yes, it is. Do I care? Slightly. Don't love the idea of curved bridges. I don't know in engineering if that's realistic or not, but in this town, I'm going to say it's not allowed. Not allowed. And then let's put another little cul-de-sac. I honestly don't know if roundabouts and cul-de-sacs perform differently at all. But I've been doing cul-de-sacs, so we're going to stick with it. It's a little big, but that's fine with me. All right, cool. So now we're future-proofing, we're connecting. We probably want a couple more bridges across here. And don't worry, we're going to get them. We're definitely going to get them. But next I want to put another roadway in here. So, and this one, I think I want it, do I want it the same height? Yeah. Or do I want to just smooth this all the way down? That might make a touch more sense, actually. Yeah. Yeah, we don't want this to be high anymore. So, thinking about this, how do we get that to do what we want? We're just going to have to use a slope terrain tool. I think for now I'm going to use, we'll go to 100. And we'll go a little gentler. I don't want to go crazy here. Coffee time. Love that. Yeah, so what is it we want? We want to do this from here to about the corner. It's looking really nice, yeah. Good, 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 good. And then this one is going to hopefully slope all the way down to here. Yep. It's kind of what I want. I just want this whole thing to be gradually sloping down. This road here, how do we want to handle that? I think also we want to have a touch of connectivity. But I think I want this to be all the way flat for just 1 second. Change this up a tiny bit. And then, yeah, we're probably sloped from there to there. That's fine. That's fine. Oops, messed that up. Yeah, all right. I mean, sure. Let's put that road back. I totally eliminated that unnecessarily. Why is that 90? There we go. 90 degrees, perfect. Losing our zoning, don't care. We're not interested in having it perfect. But then we're going to have to smooth this out. Yeah. Hopefully this works. Pretty nice and smooth. Yep. Looking good. The only thing is creating divots here, so we'll make sure that gets fixed. You want this height, yeah, at the bottom. No divots, that's where water pools. Okay, I think that's pretty good. But I also don't want this to be like super straight and like boring, so we're gonna adjust things a touch. I would say we can definitely use a road in here. We've got to break these blocks up. There's way too much going on. So what's the deal with the distance here? We've got, oops, 341, so half of that is 170, right? So about there, let's say. Okay, cool. And then we'll connect in there. I'm gonna go past. Oh, we're not caring about breaking the grid. I have to break myself of this habit of caring about breaking the grid. What is going on here, though? That is a weird node. Something went wonky town. Let's measure that out again. 170-ish. Call it here. Okay, that's a much better intersection. I like that. Okay, okay. Now let me remember what else am I doing here. Let's put in a pedestrian road on this side. 90 that. And then let's put in a crossroad. But I'm not going to be able to get the angle I want, so okay. Yeah. How do we do this? I see. Got it. Let's also break this side up a touch. About half, let's say. We'll have it again. This is 304, so 152 approximately. That's exact right there. I like that. And you know what? Let's just go all the way down so that we are giving ourselves a square. I don't know why that's pedestrian street. And let's break this kind of in half as well. I want to say we're like 12. It's going to be about 12. And I think we're going to need a 4-laner. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm thinking that should do it. That should tie right into there. We need to go down 1 again. How many we have here? 6 plus, okay, it's about 12. I think we might come down just a touch. In case I decide to widen this road or any other road. Yeah, I think that's what we like. We like that. And this can hit that segment. Oh, this is looking good. Take that out, take that out. We're gonna roundabout this one. Maybe say we'll make it a large. And this is gonna have tram tracks running through it. So we want a large one that is kind of concrete, maybe only. Metallic, no. Flower bed, no. No flower beds. Mosaic, eh. Keep it plain. Okay. That's great. And then if I did this right, should be able to go straight across here. Yep. And I go, don't care again about breaking the grid. That's it. I like that. And then we'll go from here. And I think we're gonna need a 4-lane because people are gonna try and come from this road to go to this road. I don't want them going through here. We're actually gonna delete that. So let's match it here. I wanna meet in the middle. So we're turning zoning cell length off. Oh, and I also want to make sure this is sloped. There we are. Yes. We turn that off? Yes, we turn that off. And then this will match to, is that the middle? Pretty much right there, I would think, no? Same. Amazing. And then this one on the left here, we're going to turn that into just a pedestrian street. Why? Because it's only going to be for a streetcar. Yeah. Awesome. Ooh, it's coming together. Okay. Looking so good. Let me just get back to my visual here, my visual support. And we're going to key wall this. Yep. And then this we're going to fill in. This is no longer a key wall. So that way you can put buildings on Pebblebrook Street. But this will be a key wall. Oh, I see. We've got a little bit of grade there. That's okay. That's okay. You want this street to smoothen out? We do. Here's what we're gonna do. Slope terrain. Slope the road. Match it in the middle. Can we make sure it's in the middle? Yes. 180, check mark. Do I want vehicles to be able to go through here? I don't see why not. Yeah, I think it's fine. But they don't need to be able to go through here. This is a neighborhood, man. It's not a thoroughfare. I'm not even sure what we're gonna do with the outside key walls. We might turn those into pedestrian streets. But for now, I think we're gonna leave it. I think we do want one more connection here from the middle of this roundabout to the corner. And I think we don't need one of those. Well, maybe. Why not? I'm gonna do a cul-de-sac. Medium, large. I think it's gonna look good. Yeah, let's try it. Okay, beautiful. Now we have a wonderful roundabout there. We've got this road here. We've got this road coming through. Although I think we're gonna want this road to go all the way through, don't we? Yes, we do. We'll make it go extra so it doesn't break anything. This now is going to become a very interesting feature. I love the idea of this. So this is going to be another arterial. And we're going to use a 3-lane road. We're going to parallel it. We need 1 meter, which should be fine. And we're going to come off. I wonder, can I do it this way? Is that going to break anything? Might. I do want it to be, yeah, that should be fine. Okay, so 90 degrees. We've paralleled. Okay, looking great. But now we're going to go up higher. And so we're going to go to, I think we're going to go, yeah, no, actually, we're not going to do that yet. We're going to build a bridge. Yeah, all right. Let's do a 6-lane road. And I kind of want it to be a bridge segment. Will this be a nice bridge? Art Deco? Let's find out. And how high do we want to be? 10 meters from there, but we want to be up high here. I don't know, let's try 30 and we can adjust it down. Let's say about there to here. How's that bridge look? Do we like that? I don't love that bridge. It's also a little bit high. So let's see what happens if we do a... Whoa, look at that. 8 lane. Let's see what happens when we do this. I like that better, yes. Okay, but it's too high for my taste. So we're gonna move it down. Just don't want those iron rivets in the water because that would be silly. And I want to move this a touch closer to the land. I don't want both. Actually, it's fine. Oh, not that. What am I doing wrong? Select nodes, move, thing. Okay. I think it should line up there. All right, we like the height. Something's off. It's not quite even, but if we do move it, select this node, get off. This one, 2 object height, same as this one. Yeah, that's cool. And then we're going to use our 3-lane road to merge in. Will it let me... Yeah, we don't want parallel. Well, yeah, we need this. Am I gonna do that right? Should be fine. And we need constant slope. So many buttons, guys. So many buttons. And then we'll need this. 80 degrees. 180, I mean. Uh-huh. Might bow that out just a touch later. This one we're going to turn off existing. I want 90. And will that... Okay, now we need existing. Will that screw up everything? It might. It just might. Well, it certainly doesn't like something because I turned that off again. Yeah, it's going to do that again. That's okay. How do we fix this? We're just going to eyeball it. Yep. Yep, eyeball. When in doubt, use your own skills. Mad skills. I think I need a bit more granularity on my height here. Yeah, and then, I don't know, is that, can I just connect straight up? It might not like me, but let's try. Is that 90 or is 180? It's gonna break everything. Break everything, why don't you? Is there no node there? Why am I getting nothing? Move it showing me nothing. Okay, yeah, this one maybe we'll touch that over. And then we're just gonna have to, again, eyeball. Need that off. Go to the ground. Trying to get the height right. Trying to get bridge elevated section. Just turn all the snaps off, would you? And we'll have to just do our best to be reasonable with this. Okay, now let's flip it around. Flip it around, I said. Okay, now that we have it, now we just need to perfect it. Move it to the rescue here. Yeah, this one. node out a touch. This bend in a touch. I don't love this having two different. Oh, okay. Can I make that a super node, I wonder? Well, we'll find out, but I think it's fine for now. Bend that in, bend it out. Let's come over just a touch, in just a touch. Yeah, that's looking pretty good. How are the heights? They need attention. So let's start by doing this. Let's get rid of the crosswalks because they're silly. Let's get rid of the light because we definitely don't need that. Let's now, yeah, pretty good. Much better, yes. Much better. Not perfect, not very, very steep. But I'm not sure how to do anything about that just right now. So unless I bring this bridge down a touch, I can, I suppose. We can do whatever we want, right? That's fine. And this should be a little bit more reasonable now. I'll put these down both at the same time. And this guy here needs to go to the same height as the other one. Oh, and that's just about perfect. I like it a lot. Okay. Okay. I wonder if I can move the node over a bit. No, it's fine. It's good. Love it. Okay. Is there any manipulation mode stuff we can do with this? Yes. Yes, there is. This segment. Try to smooth it out, but it seems to be... yeah, it's ruining my divider. Don't love that. Okay. Perfect is the enemy of the good, as they say, so we're going to leave it at that. That is a fantastic new arterial 6-lane. It's connecting into the train station, which we're going to leave as 2 lanes, although something weird is happening here with my lanes. Let's try manipulation mode on this guy. Yeah, I think that's slightly better. It's not perfect, but we're not going for perfect. Okay, we've got that road in now. I think we're going to want another smaller alleyway in the middle here. We need to be on the ground again. And I think it's fine if we do it here. Is that even square? I'm not sure it's square. If we go this way, is it square? Yeah, that's more square. But we don't need this or this. Okay. That should do it. Yeah. And then this road here, what are we doing with you? I think I want you coming off at an angle. Yeah. We're just making an interesting road layout here. I don't want it to be too straight. I do want it to sort of be weird. It has to be weird. If it's not weird, what's the point? And then we can downgrade this guy. Very good, very good. And then I think another one coming off here. And we're going to make that a bridge. That's going to be a bridge. So we want another way for people to get across. But I don't know why it's trying to bridge over that. I'll fix that. Don't worry. Don't you worry. Okay. Obviously, we don't need... Well, that maybe we'll keep this one. All right. We are getting there. I think we can also add a little cul-de-sac-y thing again. Well, let's make it a smaller one. Yeah. Very good. How are the heights on this? Our pillars leave something to be desired here. I'll have to move it back just a touch. This one, for some reason, doesn't seem to be the same kind of problem. Oh, because it just doesn't have any pillars. Okay, I don't know what to do with that. Will it give me pillars now? No. I liked it better before. Let's leave it. We'll fix pillars in the detailing at the end. Probably do that off camera. Okay, so we've got kind of this section of downtown done, but I think we're not going to get any zoning in here. And I noticed the terrain's a bit off, so we're going to just smooth. Let's go large. Like that? Yeah, I suppose I maybe overdid it a touch. Let's underdo it again. Oh shit, what do I do? I do need to smooth this out just a touch, otherwise the buildings are gonna get really weird. Pretty smooth now. I like it. I like it. Okay, and we've got to get rid of this little retaining wall. Get our zoning back. Bye-bye. How far did that go? I think it's great where it is. These nodes need to come up just a very little bit, but I can't seem to select it. What's going on? It seems to be that I selected this already. So let's try that, that, and that. And we're just gonna go up one tick and it'll fix the retaining wall nonsense. Some weird happening on that side too, but that's okay. How about the bridges on this side? Yeah, this one needs to be fixed also. In fact, I wonder if I can pull this node. No, we don't want to do that. This one? I gotta see it from the other side. Don't want that poking out. And there's something weird happening there. Oh dear. Ah, okay. So now if we select these two nodes, we can go up a tick, and this has to be fixed. What did I do? What did I do? Ah, okay, there we go. Oh, and then we screwed that up again at the bottom. So let's adjust with move it. I think we have to manipulate it a touch. I don't think it's this one that's causing the bridge section. I don't know, maybe it is. I don't know that that's actually helping. I have to play with the actual nodes. One moment.